And I'd like to start out by asking you, Alissa, about the program that you have at Vanderbilt University. You actually have a Center for EV Research. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and how it got started?
Yeah, so we had a pretty strong group of extracellular vesicle researchers at Vanderbilt, including, Bob Coffey and Jim Patton and myself, who had an extracellular RNA communication consortium grant. So we sort of had been meeting regularly already. And at some point, there were enough other researchers that we decided that it might be a good idea to expand out our regular meetings to other EV researchers at Vanderbilt. So I started what we called the EV Interest Club, which was just like a data club. And then, at some point it became clear that there were so many people that wanted to get into the EV field at Vanderbilt or needed help, et cetera, that some resources from Vanderbilt would be very helpful in that effort. So I talked to, the dean and leadership at Vanderbilt, School of Medicine, Basic Sciences, and they gave some funds to start a program. And then after 2 years, helped me turn that into a center. And actually, since you told me a few minutes ago that you wanted to ask me about this, I pulled up our website. So I'm just going to share my screen and show you our website here that tells a lot about the center if people want to know more about it. So we have a page showing, the program members, although I have to say many more people than this attend our regular meetings. These are just some of the major faculty. We have resources that are available. One of the major needs was equipment because not everybody has access to centrifuges and, nanoparticle tracking, et cetera. So if they want to get into the field, that can be difficult. We have, protocols for just very basic purification and analysis. And we have a lot of events like the seminar series. We try and sort of provide resources so that both established and people who want to enter the field can really do EV research at a cutting edge level.
Yeah, that's great. And it looks like you have a really comprehensive program that covers a lot of the things that would be needed by somebody coming in. So what's the difference between a center and a core facility?
So an official core facility at Vanderbilt would be self-sustaining. So it would have staff, it would charge, fees to outside people, and all those fees would fully fund the center along with any, funding that comes in from, say, the Cancer Center and those sorts of things. What we really have is more of a user facility. So we provide equipment and we provide training, but we don't do purifications for people. We don't do the nanoparticle tracking for them. That would be too much for, people in my laboratory and staff to handle. But we sort of enable them to be able to do that for themselves.
That's great. And so what advice would you give to somebody who's interested in establishing something similar at their university, their institution, if they have this nucleus of people who are interested in EVs?
I mean, I would say, figure out who is there and what their needs are, and then put together a plan for really sort of what is needed and then what would the outcomes be. I think, they were very receptive here at Vanderbilt because they saw that it's a, up and coming cutting edge field. They saw lots of grants that were being put out by NIH targeted towards extracellular vesicle research. So they recognized that sort of a small amount of money put in could yield, returns in terms of federal funding coming back. So I think being able to make that case that any, funds that an institution puts in is going to come back many-fold is, that's always a winning argument.
Good. Well, thanks for that. And congratulations on founding this center.